Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Welcome to G4 course for Muta'allimat. I'm your day teacher for today, and inshallah I'll be supported by the teacher's assistant and support teacher. We will start our class today with the recitation of the Holy Qur'an. Can I please request ST for a student?
Yes, could I please request G4703 to unmute?
G4703, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam Rahmatullahi wa Barakatuhu.
Can you start with Ta'awuz and Tasmiyah?
Okay. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. In the name of Allah, the gracious, ever merciful, and when thou recitest the Quran, seek refuge with Allah from Satan the rejected.
Jazakallah. MashaAllah, you've recited very well. The only points I would like to mention are that please try not to take a pause in between the recitation. It's waqf rule. And, otherwise, if you do take a pause, then it's better to start with the previous two letters. And just in the word Al-Qur'an, the noon has fatha, so it only needs to be prolonged for 1 second, not for more than that. But Jazakallah.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we are going to start our hadith. ST, can I please request a student?
Yes, could I please request G4737 to unmute?
G4737, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Can you recite the following hadith? Jazakallah.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad. Kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim. Innaka hamidum majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka hamidum majid. An Usman radhiyallahu anhu qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam khairukum man ta'allama al-Qur'ana wa 'allamahu. Hazrat Usman bin Affan radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "The best among you is the one who learns the Quran and teach it." Al-Bukhari, number 5007.
Jazakallah. Next, we will go through Malfuzat. ST, can I request a student, please?
Yes, could I please request G4769 to unmute?
G4769, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Can you recite the following sayings of the promised Messiah?
Sayings of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. The Quran does not need you, but you need to read and learn the Quran. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. And now we're going to go to the quiz. So I'll hand over to the TA.
Jazakallah DT. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. So let's start our quiz about your Quranic knowledge. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Question number 1 for today's quiz is, what does La, the punctuation sign La, stand for? when it appears in between a verse of the Holy Qur'an? The options are A, recommended stop, B, optional stop, C, desirable to continue, or D, necessary to continue, do not pause. ST, kindly unmute an ID for the answer.
Could I please request G4771 to unmute?
G4771, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam. Is it option D?
Option D, let's check the answer, and you are right, mashallah. So la stands for it is necessary to continue, so we should not pause there. Jazakillah, well done. Next question. Which letters are called huruful mad? Options are A, alif, noon, mim, B, alif, waw, mim, C, alif, waw, ya, or D, alif, jim, noon. ST, kindly unmute an ID.
Could I please request G4739 to unmute?
G4739, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Is C, alif, waw, ya?
Jazakillah, well done. Your answer is correct. So huruful mad are alif, waw, and ya. Jazakillah. Next question. Which prophet is also mentioned by his mother's name in the Holy Qur'an? Options are A, Prophet Zul-Kifl alayhi salam, B, Prophet Jesus or Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, C, Prophet Elisha or Al-Yasa alayhi salam, or is it D, Prophet Jacob or Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam? ST, we need an ID for the answer.
Yes, could I please request G4756 to unmute?
G4756, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam. It's B.
B, Jazakillah, well done. Your answer is correct. So it's Hazrat Isa alayhi salam or Prophet Jesus alayhi salam. Next question. Well done. Next question. What is the meaning of Allāhu Yastah-zi'u bihim? And it is referring to first 17 verses of chapter number 2, Surah Al-Baqarah. Options are Allah will punish them for their mockery, B, Allah will mock at them, C, Allah will forgive their sins, or D, Allah will laugh at them. ST, kindly unmute an ID for the answer.
Could I please request G4738 to unmute?
G4738, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah. So, which option will you choose?
Allāhu Yastah-zi'u.
Okay, any good guess?
I think it's A.
A, Jazakillah, and your answer is correct, mashallah. So, Allāhu Yastah-zi'u bihim means Allah will punish them for their mockery. Well done, G4738. And last question is, which pillar of faith is mentioned most in Quran along with the pillar of Salat? Options are A, Tawheed or oneness of God, B, Hajj or pilgrimage, C, Saum or fasting, or D, Zakat or alms. ST, we need one last ID for our quiz.
Yes, could I please request G4719 to unmute?
G4719, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's D, Zakat, alms.
Well done, your answer is correct. So Zakat is mentioned mostly in Holy Qur'an along with the pillar Salat. Jazakillah, very well done. And this concludes our today's quiz. So let's learn something new with our DT.
Jazakallah. So for today's lesson, we are going to go through Khulasatul Qawaid, summary of the rules from the previous 2 weeks that we have already learned. So our first topic was about Noon Qutni, which is also known as Noon Saghira, the miniature noon. And we have learned that miniature noon is sometimes placed in between two words. We can see over here. And this is only pronounced when we are joining these two words in wasl, in continuation. However, if we are doing a pause, we will not pronounce this Noon Qutni at all, and we will do proper waqf. So if I do waqf, it will be khair, and then I'll start with itma'anna. But if I'm going to continue, that is, I'm going to read in wasl, it will be read as khairun itma'anna. So the noon will be read with kasra. So we also have learned that, with a noon qutni or noon saghira, there is alif madda that comes in before that. As you can see, I'm highlighting over here. So we do not have to pronounce alif madda if it appears before a small noon in continuous reading. So in continuous reading, it will be read as qawmanillah. Okay, so but if I do a waqf, then it will be read as qawma in waqf and Allah. So that's if we're doing in continuous reading, we will not read alif madda. We also learned about lam sakin, the manifestation and merging of lam sakin. So lam with the mark of sukoon is completely merged. If followed by a mushaddad letter, also known as mushaddad letter, like here as huruf al-shamsiyah, the sun letter. But lam with a mark of sukoon is manifested, and we'll read it in moon letters, huruf al-qamariyah, al-qamar, if there is a sukoon mark. And whereas if there's not any sukoon mark, then we will just merge it completely. We need to remember this phrase of 14 letters, abghi hajjaka wa khaf aqimah. And these 14 letters, the lam will be manifested. And we will clearly pronounce all the 14 letters. We also learned about hamazat wasl, which is known as blank alif, and that is an alif which does not have any vowel on top, without any harakat. So if a blank alif will always be read if it starts with the fatha in the next letter, if there is lam sakin or lam mushaddad. There is lam present over here. If we have alif and lam, then we will always pronounce the alif with fatha. And there is tashdid over here. So ar-Rahman, alladhi. However, if there's no alif or lam sakin, if the second or third letter of such a word bears a fatha, like here, or if it bears a kasra, like here, then the alif will always contain a kasra. I'lamu, irji'i. And however, if the third or the second letter contains dhamma, then we will read the alif with dhamma. Uqtulu, usjudu. We also learned in wasl, like I told you previously, which means combining, and where we do not read the blank letters when we combine. So as you can see here, we have example here. This will be read as qala alhamdu. However, separately, it will be read as qala alhamdu. But al-wasl means that when we continue, all the blank letters without any stroke, are actually dropped. Like here, the waw, the alif, and this alif as well will be dropped. Wadkhulul baba. Otherwise, separately, it will be wadkhulu and then al-baba. So we also learned 4 special rules concerning noon sakin and tanween. So we know rule of izhar contains 6 letters, and then rule of idgham contains 6 letters, and rule of iqlab contains 1 letter, so total 13 letters. If we know about these 13 letters, the rest are 15 letters for rule of ikhfa. And even if you don't remember the ikhfa letters, just pay attention to the izhar letters, yarmalun for idgham and ba for iqlab, and then automatically while practice you can tell about ikhfa. So once again, rule of azhar of noon sakin and tanween when these 6 letters, alif, hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, and kha, also known as huruf al-halqi, come, then the noon sakin or tanween will be pronounced clearly without a nasal sound. Tanhituna, min khawf. Moving on For idgham of noon sakin and tanween, remember the phrase yarmalun. We will completely merge the noon sakin. For the letter ra and lam, we will merge without nasal sound. Whereas for yamun, if you remember the acronym, or yanmu, these 4 letters will be merged with nasal sound, and we will put the nasal sound, prolong it for 2 seconds. So, man yaqulu min rabbihim. So you can see the difference. Also, for the rule of iqlab, we learned that if, noon sakin or tanween, if it comes after ba, there is a small meme you can see, and that noon sakin or tanween will turn into meme sakin and will be pronounced with a nasal sound. So, mim baqliha. So we will turn the noon sakin into meme sakin if ba comes after it. Moving on, about ikhfa, we've learned it's a state between izhar and idgham, and these are 15 letters. If we take away all the letters that we have learned previously, and when these letter comes, noon sakin and tanween will be pronounced with a light nasal sound with gunna for 2 seconds. Kuntum unsa. So the most important thing to remember is, the letters for izhar and idgham and iqlab. If you remember them, and this will automatically help. The remaining are for ikhfa. So we also learned types of errors during a recitation. So the errors which can cause a change in the meaning of a word is called lahan jali. It's one of the major errors. Without this, the recitation can't be proper. And the errors which affect the vocal beauty of the Arabic accent is called lahan khafi, which is the hidden errors, and only people who know a lot about tajweed can tell the difference. So the major errors, exchange of strokes. Error number 1 is to pronounce a stroke with a short vowel, which may lead to a different meaning. So mispronounce it. So we have examples here. If I pick this example in the second example, an'amta, which means you blessed. An'amtu, which means I blessed. So from Surah Al-Fatiha, you know how big of a difference of the meaning it can be if we change the stroke or the short vowel by mistake. So error number 2 is to shorten or prolong the vowel mark of a letter. That is to pronounce a short vowel like a long vowel or a long vowel like a short one. So if I read the examples at the bottom over here, from Surah An-Nas, Maliki, which means king. Maliki, which means master, as you can see in Surah An-Nas. And then La Raiba, which means surely there is doubt. La Raiba, no doubt. We can see this example in Surah Al-Baqarah, and therefore it's very important that we make proper prolongation when we have to. And the third major error is to change a second letter to mutaharrik or vice versa. So khalaqna means we created. If I change the sakin qaf into a qaf with fatha, it means he created us instead of we created. So that's why we have to pay a lot of attention of what we are pronouncing. So now we will do some practice. Can I request the ST for a student, please?
Yes, could I please request G4762 to unmute?
G4762, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Can you read the first line for me, starting with Ta'awuz and Tasmiyah?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مدخلا لولو.
Can you repeat it again?
مدخلا لولو.
Yeah, much better. Would you try it again this time?
مدخلا
Yes.
لولو.
Yeah, much better. Muddakhalal lawallaw. So this tanween will not be read because there's tashdid here. Okay. And can you go to the next one?
Yeah. وما أكل السبع.
Much better, very good.
أوقدوا نارا للحرب أطفأها الله.
Okay, so if you're going to do waqf, then that's a separate thing. But if you're going to continue, then what happens to this tanween? We have a shadda over here. So you will not pronounce the tanween. This will change into fatha. Narallil.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Do you want to try it again?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. أوقدوا نارا للحرب أطفأها الله.
Okay, much better. I will just say awqadu because there's this huruf al-mad here with vaw as well. So 2-second prolongation. Okay. And can you recite again from here?
Okay. أطفأها الله.
Okay, much better. But we have huruf al-mad here. And you can see you have to prolong for 2 seconds. Atfa Allah.
Okay. So I will not pronounce the fatha on the alif.
Didi, it has mad on it.
Oh, it has mud on it, so it doesn't show here properly, but it's supposed to be a mud here, sorry. But you will pronounce alif, but not this one, because you have to merge with the shadda, Allah, okay? And this is supposed to be a mud here,
Okay.
so yeah.
Oh, sorry, it is fatha on it.
The fatha, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
So it is fatha, atfa'a, Allah. Okay, and next.
Yeah. ما اتقوا وأحسنوا.
Much better. So because you're going to continue with wasal, so you will not recite these blank alif, matta, because of tashdid. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and Jazakallah for that. And next, ST, can I have another student?
Yes. Could I please request G4767 to unmute?
G4767, Assalamu alaikum. G4767. Can I have another student, please?
Yes. Could I please request G4768 to unmute?
G4768, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Can you recite the third line for me, starting with ta'awuz and tasmiyah?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذي بئس
So this is blank alif, and also this is also blank alif. Okay, so you will not pronounce them, these two. So bi'sa lismu.
بئس الاسم الفسوق.
Yes, much better. And also try to read the scene quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. And next one, please.
بقلب منيب.
Much better. But there's, do you remember huruf gunna? So 2-second nasal sound.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
بقلب منيب.
Yes, and this is also huruf al-halqi, so a bit thick sound, but just very good. Next.
أدخلها بسلام.
Okay, so it's good that you did not pronounce the noon for both of these. That's really good. Can you see the third letter? What does it contain?
It's a madda.
Kha, what is
Oh
on top
yes,
of
no,
kha?
sorry, it's a Dhamma, yeah.
Dhamma. So only for Dhamma, the alif will also contain a Dhamma.
Okay, so it would be udhulu.
Yes, udkhuluha.
Okay, shall I try again?
Yes, please.
Udhuluha bisalam.
Okay, much better. But huruf al-madda here, 2 seconds, and it's not bis salam, it's bi salam.
Bisalam.
Very good. And the last one.
Huwa fi shayn.
Okay, so this.
I have to learn that for 2 seconds as well.
No, this contains a sakin alif, so you will do a bit of jerk. Huwa fi sha'n. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Now we are going to hand over to the TA.
Jazakallah. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so let's start the recitation practice. I would request ST to kindly unmute an ID for that.
Yes, could I please request G4736 to unmute?
G4736. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah. Could you start the recitation with Tabuz and Tasmin?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وقالوا الحمد لله الذي أذهب عنا الحزن إن ربنا لغفور شكور. Should I continue?
Yes.
الذي أهلنا دار المقامة من فضله لا يمسنا فيها نصب لا يمسنا فيها لغوب.
Jazakillah. Mashallah, you tried well. And do you know which rule you followed here? You read it correctly, but do you know which rule you followed?
As there's no as the vowel and the 2 alifs are silent, I join the lam with lam sakin.
Yes. Jazakillah. So you joined a mutharik letter with a sakin letter, ignoring all the blank letters. Well done. And here, which rule should you follow? Should you pronounce this tanween with nasal sound, strong nasal sound, or without nasal sound? Or with light nasal sound or with strong nasal sound?
It's a strong nasal sound. I'm not sure, sorry.
No. So tanween is followed by ikhfa letter. Okay. So we will pronounce it with light nasal sound. So it is. So how would you pronounce it now?
Laghafurun shakur.
Laghafurun shakur. And we will give it 2 second time to be pronounced. Okay.
Okay.
So it is called sustained nasal sound.
Okay.
Okay. And how did you pronounce this letter, this word? Here?
Here is a throat letter.
Pronounce it again, please.
Ahalla.
Okay, so we should not prolong any letter having a short stroke on it. So it is ahallana.
Ahallana.
Well done. And if we are stopping here, how should we stop? What change will we bring to this ha?
Fadli.
Yes, so this ha with an ishbaya stroke, it will change into a ha sakin. So now you pronounce it correctly. It is fadli, right? And if you stopped here, how should you continue? You stopped here on bala. So how should you continue rest of the verse?
I start from the beginning of the word.
So you should give it at least like kind of a meaningful start. Okay, so you could start from here. Wala yamassuna. Right? Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Jazakillah. G4 736. Well done. Esti, kindly unmute another ID for recitation.
Yes. Could I please request G4747 to unmute?
G4 747. Assalamu alaikum. G4 747.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, could you please start the recitation from here?
Okay. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wallazina kafaru lahum naru jahannam. La yuqda alayhim fayamutu wala yukhaffafu anhum min azabiha. Kazalika najzi kulla kafur. Wa hum yastarihuna fiha. Rabbana akhrijna na'mal salihan ghayra allazi kunna na'mal. Awalam nu'ammirukum ma yatazakkaru fihi man tazakkara wa ja'akum. Oh, sorry.
Yes, please carry on.
Okay. Wajahakumun nazir. Fazuku fama lizolimina min nasir.
Jazakallah, well done, mashallah. Your recitation is so good. But here, if you were stopping here, how should you stop?
The ra we change to sakin.
Exactly. So how would you pronounce it now? Apply waqf rule on ra.
Tazakkar.
Well done. And you can carry on from next letter because next letter is wa. So we can continue from here.
Okay.
Waja'akum. Okay. Do you know what type of mad is it? Is it madde saghir or madde kabir?
Madde kabir.
Madde kabir, the big one. Well done. And what type of mad is here?
Mufassir?
Yes, Jazakillah. So it is madde saghir. Okay. And which rule you followed here? Do you know?
Gunna.
We did gunna. And what should we do if there is a meme after meme sakin, another meme? So we will conceal the sound of meme, okay?
Yes.
So please try to read from here again.
Okay. An min azabiha.
Exactly. So it is called labial concealing, okay?
Okay.
Here. And you recited, you started from here. So what type of vaw is it?
Wow, mad.
And how did you recognize?
Because of the doma on the raw.
Yes, so its previous letter is carrying a dhamma, so this makes this vaw sakin a vaw madhya. Exactly. So Jazakillah, mashallah, you recited so well. G4. What is your ID? Let me see.
7447. Jazakallah.
Jazakillah, well done.
Thank you.
Okay, ST, kindly unmute another ID for recitation.
Yes, could I please request G4750 to unmute?
G4750. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay, please start the recitation from here after Tabuz and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله عالم غيب السماوات والأرض إنه عليم بذات الصدور.
Jazakillah. So this was a short verse, and mashallah, you recited well. Do you know which rule you followed here on this lam? What is it called?
Is it Lamul Jalala?
Perfect. So it is Lamul Jalala, or the majestic lam. And what is the rule for Lamul Jalala? If it's yes, if its previous mutharrik letter is carrying a fatha, what should we do?
It's a thick
Perfect. Yes, you're right. So we should pronounce it with thick sound. Please read it again.
Inna Allah.
Well done, Jazakillah. And which rule you followed here?
It's a meme sakin.
No, it's meme with tanween. So what should we do here?
Mumbi.
Yeah, miniature or so the sound of tanween will change into meme if the next letter of it is ba. Okay, so it is alimum bizatis sudur, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so one last question. What type of letters are these? Ain and ghain? What is their group? What type of letter are these? So these are called throat letters. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Jazakillah. G4. What is your ID? Sorry.
750.
50. Okay. Jazakillah. Well done. ST, kindly unmute another ID for the recitation.
Yes, could I please request G4754 to unmute?
G4754. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, let's start the recitation from here.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. وقالوا الحمد لله الذي أذهب عنا الحزن إن ربنا لغفور شكور الذي أحلنا دار المقامة من
Yes.
الذي أحلنا دار المقامة من فضله
Okay.
لا يمسنا فيها نصب ولا يمسنا فيها لغوب.
Jazakallah. You tried well, mashallah. But here, if you are joining this word with the next word of next verse, so how should you join them? How should you combine them?
Shakurul. But I was pausing here. Is it?
No, if you are not pausing here, how should we pronounce it?
Shakurul ladhi.
No, we should use a noon while combining these words. So, well done. And in your recitation, you stopped here. All right.
Yeah.
Then how should you start this word? What alif will take?
Illadhi instead of nilladhi.
Okay, but the next letter of alif is lam.
Lam.
Whenever lam comes after alif, the alif will take fatha always. Okay, so it is allazi. We will ignore noon while reading it separately, but alif will always take fatha when next letter is lam. So it is.
So you ignore the noon plus the kasra sound. So
Okay,
you ignore the noon and then you have to also ignore the kasra.
Yes, we will ignore kasra along with the noon. Yes, you're right. Okay, so alif will take fatha because next letter is lam.
Okay.
And here you merged this ta with meme. We cannot merge two letters if both are having short strokes on them. Okay, so we will pronounce them separately. Yes, Darul Muqamati min. And how should we pronounce this noon sakin?
Min.
Yes, with nasal sound. Exactly. So we will do ikhfa of this noon because next letter we have is letter of ikhfa. And here, what should we do? How should you pronounce this bit of the verse?
Nasubunwa.
One more time. It's fatha.
Nasabunwa.
Yes. So when waw comes after tanween, we should combine them or merge them with light nasal sound. Partial assimilation it is called. Okay. Nasabunwa. So Jazakillah G4 754. Well done. ST, kindly unmute another ID.
Yes, could I please request G4 757 to unmute?
Is it G4 757?
Yes.
G4 757. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay, could you please start the recitation from here?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والذين كفروا لهم نار والذين كفروا لهم نار جهنم لا يقضى عليهم فيموتوا ولا يخفف عنهم من عذابها كذلك نجزي كل كفور.
Jazakallah, well done, mashallah. Your recitation is so good. So let me check how you explain the rules. So what type of waw is it? Do you know?
Waw mad.
Perfect. And how can we recognize whether it's waw mad or waw lean?
Because the waw has sukun preceded by dhamma, and then it's to be counted twice.
Well done. Good. And what type of alif we have here?
Alif mad.
Yes. And how can we recognize alif mad?
It's preceded by fatha, and we'll prolong it twice, 2 counts.
Good, mashallah, good. And what is rule for nun mushaddad?
Nun mushaddad is a thick sound, like double nun sound.
It is double nun sound, not thick one. And what should we do here? How should we pronounce it? With nasal sound or without nasal sound?
Nasal sound.
Yes, we should do gunna on nun mushaddad and on mim mushaddad. And what type of letter is dad? Do you know?
Is a tarqiq.
Yes,
tarqiq.
Tafkhim, letter of tafkhim or thick letter. So the easy word is it is a thick sounding letter. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
And I think that's what type of ya is it?
Yeah, it does ya mad. It has it's preceded by kasra, and the ya has sukun, and then 2 counts.
Exactly. Well done, mashallah. You are right, and you explained all the rules perfectly. That is so good, mashallah. So Jazakillah. G4 757. ST, kindly unmute another ID for us.
Could I please request G4 761 to unmute?
G4 761. Assalamu alaikum. G4 761. Okay, we can choose someone else.
Okay, could I please request G4 770 to unmute?
G4 770. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay, could you please start recitation from here?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وهم يفترقون فيها ربنا أخرجنا نعمل صالحا غير الذي كنا نعمل أولم نعمركم ما يتذكر فيه من تذكر وجاءكم النذير فذوقوا فما للظالمين من نذير.
Jazakallah, well done. Now, so let's see some highlighted words or letters. So how should we pronounce this alif?
It's 2 counts, prolonged 2 counts.
What this alif is called?
Alif mad.
So you didn't prolong it for 2 counts. So please try this word again.
Kunna na'amal.
Well done. And here you prolong a short stroke, and we have learned that if we prolong short strokes, then it can change the meaning of the word. So try this word again, keeping all the letters short.
Yatazakkaru.
A bit shorter, only 1 second should be given to short strokes.
Yatazakkaru.
Well done. And which rule should we follow here?
We will pronounce with nasal sound. Muntazakkara.
And what this rule is called? Yes, you are right.
I don't know exact name.
So it is called the rule of ikhfa. So we will conceal the sound of noon changing it into a light nasal sound. Mang, and we should also give it no more than 2 seconds, okay? Mang tazakkara. Okay, and what this mad is called here?
Mad kabira.
So how should we prolong it? How long should we prolong it?
5 to 6 seconds.
Yes, 4 to 6 seconds. And I felt you didn't give it the appropriate time. So try this word again, please.
Waja'akumun nadhir.
Well done, well done. And what should we do here? Noon is followed by another noon, mushaddad.
We will drop the mid noon and join meme with the noon having the tashdid.
Yes, if noon sakin or tanween is followed by another noon, we will assimilate it with the nasal sound, partial nasal sound. So it is called partial assimilation. Min nasir.
Min nasir.
Yes, and one last question. What type of letter is this za?
It's thick letter.
Yes, and how should we pronounce this word now?
Lidhalimin.
Well done. So Jazakillah, mashallah. G4 770. Well done. We are left with a few minutes now. I think we should go back to our DT for some recap of the rules. So Jazakumullah everyone for participation. DT, over to you.
Jazakallah. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so before I start the recap for today, I just wanted to make an announcement that inshallah on Thursday, 16th of March, we will hold our last class of G4 and we will also hold our concluding session. So please everyone make every effort to attend. Inshallah, we might have the head teacher come as well. So the rules, the recap for the rules are, you know, for 1 second elongation rule, the harakats, fatha, daman, kasra, but also because we've learned about izhar, remember, it's not going to be prolonged and it will be short and clear. So that's why it's within 1 second rule. And then next we have the 2 second elongation rule. We have the vertical fatha, and these are ishbaya rules. Again, for 2 seconds. We also know huruf al-mad is also supposed to be read for 2 seconds. We have also learned about huruf al-ghunna, the meme and noon mushaddad have to be pronounced with a 2 second strong nasal sound. We also know in idgham bil-ghunna, idgham that is supposed to be with nasal sound is also be prolonged for 2 seconds. And ifkha, as well needs to be a light nasal sound which needs to be prolonged for 2 seconds here, and also iklab as well. And then we also learned about you know, the huruf al-mad, the big mad and the mad kabir and mad saghir as well. So we know 3 to 5 seconds is for al-mad al-munfasil, mad saghir, and 4 to 6 seconds is for the mad kabir, and that's why we have to remember to keep the correct prolongation. And now we will go to our concluding prayer. ST, can I please request a student?
Yes, could I please request G4745 to unmute?
G4745, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Can you recite the prayer for me?
Yes, please. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni abduk wabnu abdik wabnu amatik nasiyati biyadik madin fiya hakmak adlum fiya qasda'uk as'aluk bi kulli ismin huwa lak Sabhaita.
Sammaita.
Jazakallah. Sammaita bihi nafsak. Au anzaltahu fi kitabik. Au alamtahu ahadan min khalqik. Awista'sarta bihi fi ilmil ghaibi indak antaj'alal Could you help me in that side, please?
Yes. Antaj'alal Qur'ana.
Jazakallah. Antaj'alal Qur'ana Rabbi qalbi wa nurad sadri wa jala'a huzni wa zahaba hamni.
Jazakallah. Because we are running out of time, we will not go through the translation. It's displayed on the screen for everyone. I would just like to mention one slight mistake. This is hukmuka, not ha. And some huruf al-madda need to be prolonged, but otherwise, mashallah, you've tried very well. Jazakallah. So as we are at the end of our class, inshallah, hope to hear back and see you guys on our next class. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.